night, Carlos and Jay, alright. Talking love so bright under the studio lights. Dating tips galore, they're never a bore. Laughing till we're sore, tuning in for more. Love in black and white, they keep it loose and tight. Putting love back in sight with every funny bite. Relationships they break, from real to all that's fake. These guys never flake, always make you stay awake. Love in black and white, Carlos, Jay take flight. Keep your love in mind so right, every single night. Through laughter, tears and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear. Through laughter, tears and fears, they've gotten us for years. With jokes and all that's dear, our love's clear.
Yeah, rested, caffeined, hydrated, lotioned up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Love in Black and White, where each week we try and put the love back in you right. I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth, as usual. We have the Coco co-host, the Black de Bergerac, part-time famous, full-time funny Carlos Anthony.
What's happening, man? It's been a minute.
I like your energy today. You coming at me crazy on texts. Your energy right now is off. You're supposed to be in a good mood. We're gonna get to, and Sandy J's in the chat. What else do you need? What else do you need? You were late to the podcast. You're like, I will not be disrespectful.
I will not be. I will not be. I've been here since 4:10.
Yeah.
That's how ready I was. I've been sitting here just waiting. I was figuring you'd come on early so we can get going.
Yeah, attitude, fucking Jesus. See, guys, everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows. Everybody can see it in the chat.
There we go. What's happening, Sandy?
Probably the worst impression ever.
It was,
Yeah,
but I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let it ride.
It has been a minute. We've been, but it's good. I mean, it's
all
work.
good.
And do you want to talk about some of the life changes?
Oh yeah, man. We can get
And
into it.
I got some too.
We can get into it, man. But you first. We get into it, and we let it ride.
It's so over this last week, craziness. One, I'm Carlos knows we had to get our shower redone, and luckily we have some good connects here in Vegas, as the kids say, some good hookups. That started on Monday and just got done today. But the bigger news, and more related to family and everything, is Angel's son Noah. Dude, this is fucking wild. Noah moved here from LA on what's today? Today's Wednesday.
You got me throwing. The days all running together, man. So yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, it totally is. But 3 days ago, I don't know if it was Sunday or Monday, he moved here 3 days ago from LA, and he's been staying with us for a few days, and then he's getting a place. But dude, he interviewed for a job today with Amazon and got it. I was like, God damn, dude. I think about when I was in, working in corporate America, whatever. I remember you would do one interview, then you had maybe a phone interview, then you have, okay, we're going to do maybe another phone interview, then we'll have you come in, and then it's like a three week process.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he fucking hasn't even been here a week, and he's already got a job. It's fucking crazy.
Now, because you said that, is that the one that's closer to y'all's house?
Yes.
Okay.
He's gonna be a driver. He's gonna be a delivery driver.
Well, damn.
I know.
Get
I'm
out
like,
there.
it's fucking just wild. But I'm pretty hyped about it. I'm happy
Absolutely.
Noah moved out here. I mean, for multiple reasons. One, Angel's like her whole family now is in Vegas.
Mhm.
Immediate family, and Noah's got he's got a support system here, so it's dope. I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I'm excited. I'm happy for Angel and everything. So yeah,
That's hey man, that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, leads us right into mine. So
yes,
Angel's son moved out
I
here,
am
and
so hyped.
yep, and my son arrived on Sunday. So yeah, he hit the ground running too. He had some job interviews, which is interesting that you mentioned that because how old is Noah?
26, I believe.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, they gonna hire him extremely fast. But we've been on 2 job interviews since he got here, but he just got here Sunday, so it's exciting to go through that process. He's gonna be doing some little temp work at the club. So until he really gets his feet down. But man, we went to a job interview today, and I was like, we went all the way down to the strip, and it was like, oh, he's not 21. He's like, yeah, but did you not read the resume or anything? You saw the job history, like he's like,
Be like,
no,
you know how you wanted us to make sure we read the job description?
right,
Did you
yeah.
read the
So-
fucking applicants?
So yeah, so we I ain't gonna say we wasted time because it's about going through the process and just trying to get to that point. But so he's already been on 2 job interviews and he got here on Sunday, and I'm excited about it, man. So it's something to pop for him, so he can get that going. He's got his music going.
Great.
Got him an internship with my neighbor who's starting up his business now. He's gonna be doing some marketing and filming and editing. So yeah, hit the ground running, man.
It's impressive. Both Noah and your son. It's like it's because he got here. Is it just this last Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
My son got here Sunday. Yeah, this week.
yeah.
Sunday.
And I think no, it was either Sunday or Monday. Same thing.
Yep.
It's just it's fucking great.
But you know what can be appreciated with that, and it has to do with love in black and white because it's all about relationships and building those relationships. Is that we respect the hustle and the drive to be like, I'm not going to come in and just sit. I'm gonna get. I need to get in. I need to which.
I was gonna say for the record,
that shit wasn't gonna happen no way.
Exactly. I was just gonna say, just for the record. I mean,
was gonna get his ass up out of here and get to work.
Man, my fade. She really hooked my fade up. Sorry, I just was admiring it.
But no, man, you gotta respect the hustle and the drive and the determination to at least want to do something, and that's all you can ever ask as a parent is to want to get out there and do something. So
yeah, like Sandy said, that's awesome. Come on, next generation, exactly.
yeah,
And
man.
I dude, and I'm really looking forward to your son coming over here Friday for the 4th because I want him to like we're gonna tell him, but I want him to also feel it or know that the whole it's a village, and like he has a support system, like we're extended family or we're gonna be extended family for him. So yeah, it's just things are good. Things are really good, and so I want to ask you. What does that look like dating wise for you? Since
it's funny because we talked about it. We had a nice little drive. I had to go to, do some take care of some business, and we had a nice little drive and talk about that because it's interesting now. I wasn't really out there like that before, and I think it's going to change even more so now because I'm not really into that mindset because I think I have to lead by example with him being here with showing the work ethic more than the relationship part of it. Of course, we talk about it and we're gonna grow in that aspect too. But now even more so, any woman that comes around now has to know that obviously my son is here and that you ain't coming over here no time soon until we've established something that looks like something. So, but yeah, we'll see how that unfolds. Probably now. What's even funny when I was here by myself. It wasn't really that many prospects. Watch what happens now.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Have you told them about like the sock on the doorknob?
Oh no, we're gonna have the red light special over here.
The doors are rocking. Don't come and knock it.
LEDs going on over here. I can see that from the driveway down the street.
Dude, this is it's so funny. You could set it up where Hey, if you walk in and the lights around the house are on red, that means
Right.
don't come in. Any other color is good, but if it's red,
Right.
the,
Yeah.
well, this
So,
can kind of, I mean, this is dealing with dating and relationships. So I think I've talked about it before, but so I don't remember my mom and dad ever being together. Like,
mm.
I don't know. Excuse me, but my dad was a whore, a man whore, and dude, I mean, I can't. So many times I would be in my room or I'd be in the living room, and I would just hear him. This is when you had this apartment when I was in high school. Just fucking, and I'm like, yeah, all right. And so
You gotta
yeah,
turn
it was.
the TV up.
Dude, it was wild. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I know I've told you this story, and I'm sure I've told it on the podcast, but I remember specifically me and Matt Garlington, his family, but me and Matt were in the living room playing video games. Matt goes to the bathroom, comes back, and he just looks like pale white. And I was like, "You all right?" And he goes, we used to call sex milky, getting milky. So disgusting. But he's just like, I think your dad's getting milky in there. So we turn the volume down, and you just hear some chick, my dad's just banging. And all you hear is, you don't hear my dad at all. No grunts, nothing. But you just hear this chick just going, yes, yes, yes. So the next day we're all hanging out, me, my pops, Matt, and big brother Mark. And we had told Mark, and Mark's always the not getting milky. It sounds so disgusting. Mark was the shit stirrer. And so Mark says to my pops, he's like, "Hey, pops, so what's this about this girl saying yes, yes?" And my dad, he kind of, he had a drink, and he's like, "Nah." Gets this little grin on us. He goes, "Let's just say she's a very positive person." An idiot. But yeah,
Hilarious.
it was crazy. Like I remember he dated this Asian lady. I think her name was he called her Al, but I think it was short for something like Alvina or something. And then he dated Sylvia, whose daughter was Alicia, Sylvia, Latina woman, and had the biggest crush, my dad's biggest crush, as long as I can remember. You'll never take a guess. I'll give you a hint. It's a singer. My dad had a huge crush on a singer.
Shakira.
My dad, I'm talking about forever.
Did you say forever?
Yeah, forever. He's a long time, and my Shakira would have been too young.
Aretha Franklin. I don't know.
You're getting warmer. It was Anita Baker.
That was the Anita.
My dad fucking was in love with Anita Baker, and always had the biggest like crush on her, and would always talk about how fine he loved Anita Baker.
Hey man, listen, Anita was that woman back in the day, back in her day. As a matter of fact, she's still holding strong now. I haven't seen any most recent pictures, but the last picture I saw maybe was like a year ago, and I was like, okay, Anita, for 132, you holding strong.
That's cold.
She gotta be 132 at least.
Yeah. And welcome, Sanders. You missed we talked about some family stuff that's all going in. Pretty good stuff. Things are going good. We got topics. Let's see. Dating. Oh, we already hit on this one. Kind of dating with kids. Okay, well, we can stay on this for a second. So when is a time, in your opinion, that is start introducing them to your son?
If she and I have established that we are solid and that there's something going on in terms of we're building something, then that will be a good opportunity to be like, hey, well, shoot, come by the house, or if we're out and about, you meet my son. But until then, I think those things, I'm very protective of my sons. I mean, so and I also, we've had this discussion on the podcast before, is I don't want to be that guy that you see chicks running in and out, or me constantly speaking to, having 10, 4, 5, 6, 7 women that I talk to at a time. So once we get to that point and he actually meets somebody, he'll be like, oh, okay, I think my dad is serious about this one, and let's see where it goes. Okay, now sidetracking for a second, but I'm gonna fucking reel it back in a sec. So here's the question, and dude, I'm fucking doubled up on the caffeine. So
Giddy up. No, I was gonna say, separate from this, who's your, like, the stars align, your dream woman physically to hook up with? Like, if like, if you could, not that you're not in a relationship, so you don't need a pass, but what, like celebrity, whoever that you're like, that's
Sanaa Lathan.
Say again?
Sanaa Lathan.
Okay. All right.
Sanaa Lathan.
All right. You're doing a show. You're doing a show at LA Comedy Club. Sanaa Lathan is in town, and she happened to check out a show at the LA Comedy Club. Show ends. Everybody say, nice. Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Carlos gets a standing ovation, as he does. He just kills it. And then she comes up to you. She's like, hello, my name is. You're like, I know who you are. You start talking and and she's like, can we go back to your place?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Hey, son. Hey, young man.
I know.
You know that pool I got downstairs? Go on down there for an hour or two.
Yeah, that's it.
Go to the gym, work it out. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, perfect.
I think he knows. He's seen movies with her. So if I walk in with her, he'd be like, "Oh man, I'm out of here." Yeah.
That's so funny, dude. It's because I just I always try and put myself in the other person's shoes, like, or if I was in the same scenario, and yeah, it's like, because I was going to be like, I don't know if I could hold out and be we got to build something before I.
No, I mean, I would be curious as to why she wouldn't take me back to her suite instead of coming here. But I mean, yeah, she said, "Hey, we take the ride on back to your place. Then, hey, clear the house."
Yeah, dude, that's so fucking hilarious. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Absolutely, Sanders. If Sanaa Lathan was to press up on me and she say, "Hey, yes," she's going to meet him for the first date. Absolutely.
Now here's, and I don't know if you've already thought of this, but how does dating look the other way for your son? Like, I'll just give you an example. So when I lived with my grandparents, no, I take that back. I was working for Cook Paging Company way back in the day, and I had to stop by my grandparents, and there was a girl with me. She was just a coworker. We weren't making out or dating or any of that shit. But I had to get some, and I was going to give her like a quick tour, like, oh, you want to see where I used to stay, which I stayed in the basement. And my grandparents were like, no, you don't bring a girl down there alone. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the other end of that is, like, in high school when my dad was gone, I had, like, there was a girl in the apartment complex, Sarita, I had a little, we had a little, we would hook up. And so when my dad wasn't home, she would just come over to the apartment and just back in the day. So I'm wondering, do you have, like, rules with him as far as, like, wanting to bring anybody back or dating or anything like that?
I mean, you can't go in the room, but I mean, yeah, I mean, because he and I have had these discussions before. We have to have what we have to have here with me is open communication. I need to know what's going on. I need to know where you're going, who, what, when, where, and why, and then we can work around those things. So I definitely don't have any issue with him dating, but we're just gonna do it the right way. And I think that's the biggest part of it, is just getting him and my other son to understand that there's a way we do this as young men. And so you never want to, leave back, especially in this day and age with so much foolishness going on. Don't put yourself in a bad situation where you cannot get out of it, or I can't help you get out of it legally in this term. So, yeah, I mean, he can invite somebody over as long as I know her, and her parents are cool with that. That's the other piece of that, is that you have to have communication with the other parents, because, again, I don't want to get caught in the catch-22 where my daughter was at your house and I didn't know about that. Well, that's your daughter. You need to find out where your daughter is. But I can also understand that from a parent's perspective, being like, okay, well, shoot, if she's going over to a young man's house, then I need to know where she's going and what the quality of that house looks like too. So, I mean, there's a lot of pieces to that.
Yeah, dude. And yeah, the parents too, because there's so much shit that can jump off on that. And when you guys come out this Friday, I want, with your permission or whatever, And after he kind of is around us for a while and kind of gets to know us or whatever. But if it's okay with you, I'll probably end up having him take me and Angel's number, just so you know, because does he know anybody here other than you? I mean, like,
you mean adults?
Yeah, like he doesn't have family or other family here or anything. Or,
no. He has friends that he went to school with when he was here a couple years ago. But adults wise, I mean, not anybody that he saw regularly.
Yeah, just so he has like some type of backup. Like if he gets in a bind and you know for whatever reason he can't get a hold of you, he can hit your Angel.
Absolutely.
And then Sanders brought up a good question. Carlos,
and I saw it. And I was like, I was really going
white crush. I wonder who my white crush is. Do I have a fucking white crush?
I'm good with faces. I'm not good with names. I know
Scarlett Johansson.
No, I know who that is. It used to be somebody and I can't think of her name now. Believe it or not, it used to be. Was it Jodie Foster? Not Jodie Foster. Not Jodie Foster.
Silence of the Lambs.
Jodie. What's her name? Jodie.
Is I think I know. Was she in Chuck and Larry? Was she the friend in Chuck and Larry?
No, she used to be in the scary movies, the Halloween movies. Who was that lady?
Jodie.
Who was in the? Hold on. Who was? I should put white lady in the Halloween movies.
And I just put white actress. What is it?
No, Ricky Lake. Oh, Ricky Lake.
She was in what movie?
Halloween. Halloween.
Jane. No. I know who you're talking about. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Dude, in the fucking movie with Schwarzenegger when she was doing the dance.
Jamie Lee Curtis. That used to be the one. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. Before she was 800 years old too. But yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Hey, what up, Victoria? We were talking about
Victoria. TJ was happening.
Yeah, True Lies. That was it. And also the one with John Travolta where she was the aerobics instructor. Or
yeah.
Trading Places when she brought them fucking cans out.
Latin, it's always been Rosie Perez. It's always been Rosie Perez. Latin for Rosie. Huh? I said Latin. I said Latin.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Well, back in the day, one of my fucking white crushes. It's crazy though when I look at her now because I like. So I'm going to build it up intentionally. Back in the day, who I'm about to say, I was like fucking thick, curvy, you know, so fine. Linda Carter.
What is that
Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
But now you see her and you're like, she wasn't thick. She was just just we're showing tits. So I was like, oh, she's a chick. Huh?
Who was the chick that was on the little? It was a little
Daisy
show.
Duke. She had a Catherine Bach. No, yeah. I know who it is. I know who my white crush is. I know
Pachanga, whatever the girl's name was, Pachanga, Sanga.
I know he's from Wonder Years or fucking
one of them girls. Yeah, one of them shows. Yeah, she was bad.
I know exactly who my white crush is. Janet from Three's Company.
Okay. That's a good
everybody
call.
will always talk about Suzanne Summers and all that, and fuck all that. Janet was
That's
fine.
a good call.
Yeah, and so was Mary Ann on Gilligan's Island. That was another one. Yeah.
Okay. Good call. Good choice.
What's this Nah J what about? Margot Robbie. I've never been big on blondes. So
Margaret Robbie.
That's the chick from what's her name? Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie. Fucking Wolf of Wall Street, the blonde chick.
Oh, hold on. Now they all coming together now. Hold on. What's the chick that was on Transformers?
Oh, Megan Fox.
Oh, there you go. Let's
Megan Fox?
move the list. Let's move the
yeah,
list.
Megan Fox.
Let's move the list.
Yeah. Catherine Bach was from the Dukes of Hazzard. That was the Daisy Duke inventor. Janet, I think it'd be hard to knock off Janet from Three's Company. I just thought she was fine back in the day. Yeah.
And I'm a sucker for eyes, man. Eyes and some about those the brown eyes, the really brown eyes, green, the blues. Oh man, yeah, that'll get you in the game.
Now a newer my top girls, Victoria's top girls are Margot Robbie, Megan Fox, and Angelina Jolie. Newer white is the redhead chick from what's it, the marketing TV show, something men, the Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck, let me fucking Mad Men. It's Christina Hendricks.
Okay, and then I think the name sounds familiar, Christina Hendricks.
Yeah, let me let me do this. Let me
pull it up.
Let me just do this. Present. Share screen, and we'll do this and share. This chick. She's now thick. You talk about.
I don't. She don't look familiar. She don't look familiar.
That's not a flattering picture, but yeah, she's curvy, and she falls into my my redhead theory.
Okay.
I always say redheads they're one end of the spectrum. They're either unbelievably fine or they're like they're the dude from Mask.
This is very, very true. Very true.
They're never like 5s or 6s. They're either 10s or -4.
Yep. I'm gonna agree with that, brother.
Yeah, Jessica Alba was up there. Jessica Alba is definitely up there. Oh, and the girl from Who's the Boss, Alyssa Milano.
Oh yeah,
Alyssa Milano was
a lot, man. That's it. Listen, it ain't nothing wrong with, and those were the days too where it was more natural beauty, and I have to preface that by saying it was more they appeared to be more natural beauty back then. Of course, we don't know what was going on behind the scenes with the makeup crew, but I've seen Sanaa Lathan in person. It looks exactly the same. I think I've seen. No, I know I've seen Megan Fox. She was super short. I thought she was a little bit taller. But yeah, I mean they hold true to form. These days, man, you don't know what you're getting.
Dude, hang on. My fucking guy. Hang on. I gotta just respond to this. Podcasting call talk after. It's my real estate guy. Anyways, we should I'm gonna put in our notes for our next one. Next one we're gonna do. It'll be the first ever and maybe an annual. We'll do I don't know what we want to call it, our top picks or our draft picks or our top we'll do like Asian, white.
Okay. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna okay. All right.
We'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah. And then actually we'll do those 4. I'm gonna write it down, and then your number one, just one. It doesn't matter what ethnicity or whatever. Your porn. The porn chick that you're like, she's the finest.
I don't have.
Okay, Carlos.
I don't have a name.
Do some fucking research this week. Tell your son to put the sock on the door and do some fucking research. Tell your son I got to do some research.
I don't have a name, but
I already know mine. I know mine. But
of course, listen, hey man.
Of course, what the fuck does that mean? No. All right, let's get back to some of these. Get some of these things we have on here. Our relationships. Ooh, this is a good one. Are relationships transactional these days? Depends on what they identify as. Get it? Transactional.
No. You got it. See, but this was a discussion that we had along our ride, and so I was like, let me throw that in the chat for us to put on here on Love in Black and White. So you go with that. You go with that now. I'll pick it back off of that.
Off the on the is it transactional? I mean. I think it's since the beginning of time. It can be like everything can or cannot be. Or like it just depends on the each individual situation, and also like the person you're talking to. What do they qualify as transactional, because like Angel and I, there's certain things that are bills in my name, there's certain things in her name, and like she'll shoot me money for bills, like we'll split the bills, we split our mortgage, so it's or I'll send her money to cover stuff, so it's some people might be like, oh, so yeah, then that's transactional, and other people will be like, no, that's just how like some couples do things, so I guess I would need to drill down on a specific example, but I don't think it's any more transactional now than any other time in history. I think it's just more publicized now with social media and everything, and people, I mean, you got websites that are fucking like sugar daddy whatever, looking for a sugar daddy, or whatever you want to call it. So that's my thoughts on it. What's yours?
I believe that there's a difference between transactional and reciprocal. And what you and Angel have, I believe, is reciprocal, and I think that's the greatest thing to have, is that, hey, we treat each other the way we want to be treated. So that means that there's no expectation for you to do something before I do something, if that makes sense. And so with that, I think those are the key words for me, is that there's a difference between the two, because if you are in a relationship, everything has always been or should be, let me put the asterisk on that, reciprocal. That if we're in a relationship, I'm going to always do for you. I don't expect you to do for me, but I expect for you to treat me the same way that I'm treating you. So when it becomes transactional, is when you're in, I expect you to do this, and then let me get back to you on how much of it you do for me before I cash in and give you something. And that's the one part I think that is probably more prevalent now in relationships now, which makes it a lot more difficult if you are single, to be like, hey, well, shoot, I just want to get to know you. Well, what you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me in order for me to get to know you? How much are you willing to invest into me before I invest into you? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good on that. I am definitely good on that.
Yeah. Now you don't have any daughters. Have you ever wished, like, I wish, not saying take away one of your sons, but in addition, just because I always thought, like, if I had a daughter, I think I would raise a pretty smart, like, doesn't put up with no horse shit and can see through bullshit, Have you ever thought about that?
Absolutely. Because you always hear, if you wanted children and you were a man, you're like, hey man, it's dope being a girl dad, because then you get to go through that whole experience of treating your little daughter like a princess, and the protection part of it, as well as you have to teach her about the dudes that either we were or to stay away from, so it's a lot that goes with that. But yeah, I've thought about that for sure. I'm definitely past it now. I've contributed to society. I've done everything I'm going to do, and it didn't work out. I love my sons. As a matter of fact, it's interesting because I thought about this the other day too. I treat them the same way. I try to treat them the same way as I would if I had a daughter. To treat them good, so that you get used to that part of life. You want to know what that part of life looks like, so that when you do get with somebody else, you know what you're supposed to, not only what you're expected to do, but what you should expect from someone else.
Absolutely. And Victoria said, is it transactional if it's like the male takes care of certain things and the female takes care of other things? I'd say that's reciprocal.
That's reciprocal.
Transactional, like, and you can correct me, but it's like you have to do this in order to get something from me. Which is, this is just, no, we would like, hey, I'll handle these bills, you handle those, just tell me what I owe, boom.
Yeah. And that transactional too, it that comes and goes. Like, people can be like, well, shoot, nah, that ain't enough. So if you ain't giving it to me enough, then I can decide when I kick into giving you something, or when I decide to be a part of what you have going on. And yeah, that for me will never work. That will never work.
No, dude, it's I tell that joke, it really is crazy though. Like, some of the children's stories, like the joke I've been working on is about how Snow White was just a gold digger, but I don't blame women for being gold diggers. I say it's those children's stories we tell. It's like it's a fucking, and it's a bad example for men too, because there's a prince in there that makes out with a chick that's just passed out. You know?
Right.
It's like fat boy shit, you know. Right. It's like just so random. But yeah, it's fucking crazy. I'm reading the transaction. It's crazy though that like how open with people are with it. And but I mean, dude, I had a buddy that was making really good money, and he was talking about that he loved to get escorts because he's like, I get my nut and then they get the fuck out. It's just like, so that's
completely transactional.
Yeah.
That is completely transactional. And if that's what you're into, that's what you're into, because you already know that going into the situation. So yeah, I mean, as long as both sides know what it is, I think then you have to make the decision as the man or woman if that's what you want to fuck with or not. And if not, then yeah, man, some people got some decisions to make.
Yeah, and Victoria said like the guy will pay for nails, hair, etc. if she handles cleaning the house. Now you're getting like, because how is that presented? Like, is it just the man will be like, hey babe, here's some money for you, go get your hair and nails done, and he's not. I guess it's all about like, are you doing something to get something in return, and is that how it's set up? Like, is she like, is she going to not clean the house if he doesn't pay for her nail? Then that's a transaction, you know. It's like
and that's funny you bring up that, Victoria, because again, my son and I had this conversation literally just on Monday, and I said back even before our day, like I still got a taste of it, and not so much in my house. My mother and father both worked, but before that, the man went out and he made he had the job. He did all the hard work, the labor, and then he brought the money home to her. And I say to her, to the house. And the woman wasn't working, but the house, she came home and the house was clean. The kids were fed. There's nothing he walked into that he had to do more of when he got home. And I think those days are kind of slowly dwindling away now, because it's either or. Either both of y'all need to work in order to maintain the house, or that more of these women are being taught that, hey, no, if you at home, then you, baby, just go shop. That's your job, is to look pretty and stay home and open your legs for him when he come home. And I'm like, it's got to be more than that. It definitely has to be more than that, because if I have to come home and I'm still doing more after everything I've done, and you just sitting there, then just looking pretty, no, that ain't gonna work. Again, that ain't gonna work either.
Yeah, you know what other thing that's interesting that we have to take into account too is how like expensive everything is now. Like you know, the younger generations are all talking about like, I'm never going to be able to save up to get a house, which is fucking crazy. Like, or can't make a decent wage, you know? So, I mean, a lot of this is going to be where you're gonna be like, hey, I can't, dude, I mean, I might be able to afford my mortgage if it was just me, only me, no Angel, no, you know, Justin or whatever, renting a room. I'd figure it out, but it would be fucking a lot of extra work, you know? So it's, I mean, that's something to consider too now. And I wanted to tell you too, when you were talking about if you were to have a daughter, I won't say his name because I don't know if his wife knows this, but my buddy who he's like a you know, machismo guy, Italian dude, and he, you know, his girl was pregnant and she had a kid. As soon as he found out he was having a daughter, the first thing he said, he literally just goes, "Hope she's a lesbian." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "I don't want some fucking little, you know, fucking teenage fuck coming to my house that's trying to fuck my daughter." And I was like, "You're gonna find a chick that's gonna be
all right." It's even worse. I mean, they ain't no different, especially now. Again, times are different. Times are different. These girls go harder than the dudes sometimes, especially on the lesbian side. So yes, sir, good luck. It's just gonna be a bigger dildo.
Yeah. Well, maybe not necessarily. I mean,
man, I don't know.
Speak for yourself. I mean, Victoria said, "Whose job would it be to mow the lawn?"
Hers. Get out there and mow that lawn. No.
I mean, what else are you doing? You cleaning the house too? You know,
Hey, man, if the lawn is too big and he's making money like that, somebody else gonna be out there cutting that grass. But if not, then he can get out. I mean, those are the manly things. I think that you go out. That's your piece. That's our piece. Sometimes is to go out and cut the grass so we get the hell away from you yapping about shit.
Yeah, fucking preach. And also, if you hustle up and get your fucking house cleaning done, then you can fucking run out there and mow the lawn. You know,
we don't got that lawn out
inside the house. If I can get out there and do some shit, pull some weeds, you know, you get it.
Yeah,
canceled.
Views are not expressive. We just want to say here at the Hollingsworth, these are jokes, and we support women in whatever roles you want, non-classical or new age.
Right, whatever you want. Just communicate. I think that's the biggest part. Communicate what you want and what you need, and then if that person is not able to give that to you, then you have to make some decisions. Either you're going to deal with what you have, or you're going to leave it and go find what you really want.
Preach.
So it's very simple. It's a very simple concept, I should say, but it's very difficult in these day and times, and I understand that.
So since we should take advantage of having so many beautiful ladies in our chat, I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on kind of the question of what Victoria was talking about, like, or traditional roles, or what your thoughts on transactional versus reciprocal. So Sanders, Victoria, actually everybody in the chat, Sandy, if you're still here, I'd be curious what your guys' thoughts are on everything. Because I mean, you know, we can tell you as guys, but can't tell you from a woman's point of view.
Absolutely, I don't want to have that perspective. Yeah, we need a female, a woman's perspective. I hate when people say females. To me, that sounds so off-putting. Man, look at them females.
Broad is broad good. We need the BP. Broad. These fucking broads want to give us some input here. Fucking, we're finally telling you can fucking yap. Give us your input.
Right. Because it's the dude I follow online, and it's only because he's a fucking train wreck. Man, these females out here ain't talking about nothing. I'm like, hey, dude, you ain't too far from being one yourself. So
he's got the manicured eyebrows.
Oh no, and listen, take care of yourself. But he's a very interesting person, to say the least.
Yeah, Victoria, you say you have a video you want our opinion on, put it in the chat, and then I'll bring it up. Yep. So what's your thoughts, Sandy? What's your thoughts on all this? I personally like the old school roles myself. Gotcha. Have the discussion up front so both sides understand and go from there. That's from Sanders. Sandy, the whole transactional versus reciprocal in relationships, or your thoughts on, like, I guess traditional roles. That's one thing Victoria was talking about. Like, she likes the traditional roles, and so your thoughts on all of that.
Which is interesting. I mean, because I think we had this discussion a while back on the Love in Black and White. Is the traditional role kind of fading away? And to some degree, I say yes, but I think it's dependent upon men and women who grew up in those traditional roles to still kind of keep those things going. And that's what you teach to your kids. You just don't let them find out for themselves, because now they are left to fend in this world that's rough. Relationship wise, this shit is rough out here. I wouldn't want to navigate this as a teenager or a young adult at all. And I'm 50, and I'm still like, nah, this woman don't get it together. you lucked up, player. You lucked up, player. Get you a good one, but while you was in here before you hit 62.
She's older than me.
You wish.
No, she is. Angel's older than me.
Oh, you're talking about Angel is. Yeah.
What the fuck do you think I was talking about? There's something I don't know about?
You. I thought you said. Yeah. But it's rough out here, man. So I'm glad I'm in a position to at least try to teach and guide, because, I mean, without having that, man, these kids are left to try to fend it for themselves, and it's gonna be a long road to travel.
Well, you know what else is interesting is I see your thing, Sandy, where Sandy said I'm a traditional girl to agree. Men see trash high, take it out. If I get home soon enough, let me start dinner. I got you. Okay, men see the trash high. Got you. what I was going to say that's a trip is we're getting to a point now where like this generation and moving forward aren't going to know of a time where just the man worked and the woman stayed home and did like the mom role or whatever. I think about it, and all of everybody I knew didn't have that traditional role, but even like my grandparents. So my grandfather was a cop, and then my grandmother, she worked in the records department at the police station. So even then, and then when my dad remarried, my stepmom, she was in real estate, and my dad was a longshoreman. And my mom, she when she married my stepdad, he was a public address announcer for the Portland Trailblazers, and then my mom worked for General Mills. You know, it's like so I grew up with both, you know, parental figures working, and dude, I'm like, that's gonna just be the norm now. And traditional roles, as we know them, are going to be like, that's like caveman shit.
Absolutely.
What the black woman just stays home? What the fuck? People are tripping off that.
When did that happen? Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing: there's absolutely, let's be very clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because I'm also a huge fan of a woman being able to have her own, establish her own have your own life, be able to work, have your own money, do all of that, because then it provides some independence for you as the woman, versus you depending on me to do everything, and then you just kind of fall into place with the little stuff that needs to be taken care of around the house and so forth and so on. I mean, so. No, I'm a fan of it, but there's still some mixture of tradition that has to be in there for sure.
What, you know, it's a trip on what you said is when you were like, I'm okay with the, you know, that the traditional roles or whatever, like we're okay with anything. Like, you know, I'm okay for anything anybody wants to do. If they're a gold digger and they have a dude that is it my mic working? Oh, sorry.
Oh, you all good?
Is it good?
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like quiet as fuck right now. Okay, there we go. Anyways, yeah, I'm good with whatever relationship anybody has if both people know the deal. You know, like if this girl's like, hey, I want a sugar daddy, I'm a gold digger, I don't want to work, you know, I'll blow you whatever, and we can bang, and I'm just arm candy for you. And the guy's like, hey, I got enough money and that's all I want. Great. Fucking more success. It goes back to the thing that we both have always said on this: communication. Just what do you want? I mean, honesty and communication is the key.
And also, here's the other thing: that don't lead men, because we have to speak from a man's perspective, because that's what we are. Do not lead with anything that you cannot keep up. And I have definitely up there before. Is that, man, you out here, you trying to wine and dine and show them the greatest parts of life, and you looking at your budget, you like, I really can't do this. I can't hold this up, but I'm trying to win her over. If you cannot maintain that, then you have to communicate that I'm doing this because I can right now.
Right.
But if when this continues, unless I can keep that up, then it's gonna be some drop off. And then so if she don't know that up front, well, you're working against yourself.
Dude, I do. When I was 20, 21, didn't have a car. I didn't even have a license, because I always was like, if I don't have a car, why the fuck do I need a license? I would have ID to show my age, but and I almost used it as a filter to filter out women that were looking at the wrong things, in my opinion. So like if I'm flirting with someone or someone's flirting with me or whatever, and then I'd be like, yeah, well, I don't have a car or anything. And if they had an attitude, like, cool, out of my hair, I know already, you know. Or if they're like, if they're like, oh, I have a car, or I can meet you there or whatever, great. That's somebody that, you know, I feel like they're looking at me versus what Absolutely. I am, what I have or whatever, you know. So it's it's all how you look at it, you know.
And that's definitely the honesty factor in that, is like just saying, hey, listen, I cannot do that. Here's what I can do, is I can come up with some other creative ideas for us to go out and have a good time. However, if you're looking for me to take you to, I don't know, Ruth Chris, I don't know what the new high-end restaurants are. I'm definitely dating myself now. If you're looking for that every weekend, I'm not your guy. I'm
Right.
not your guy. And if you can't accept that,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
I love it. I think actually this might be a good point to end it for this week, and then I'll put the notes in here. Next week we're going to give our top picks, our top
Absolutely.
draft picks. All right, they're talking recipes in the chat. What do you have coming up?
The taco dish. We about to go downstairs and get some of this good old barbecue they bring into the complex today. We about to go eat good.
Angel's
for
making
free.
ribs. Angel's we're going to work on some ribs for Friday.
Okay. Hey man.
You can bring a dish too if you want.
Huh?
You can bring a dish too if you want.
I was just gonna say, yeah. We'll come up with something.
Reciprocal.
No, this is transactional. Let me see how that works out, and then we'll see what happens next time.
So funny. What do you have coming up?
I believe. Well, I'm be back at the LA Comedy Club probably later on this weekend. I got some Don't Tells coming up. Notoriety Comedy Club.
When are you doing that?
2 weeks.
Oh, that's interesting. I never heard nothing about that.
Hey man, listen. Taking
cool,
a check.
What'd you say?
I'm taking a check.
Yeah,
the check.
I got you. Are you done with your plugs? I don't want to stop them.
Oh, but then there's also go no. I'm good.
All right.
Parttimefamous.com.
Parttimefamous.com for Carlos. This week I'm here. I'm here spending the holidays, friends and family. Next weekend, the 11th and 12th, Sacramento, California, at Laughs Unlimited. Carlos will not be with me there because he's headlining there coming up. I mean, not that we give a shit about all that, but he's going to be there headlining.
God damn. God damn.
The weekend after that, the 18th, 19th, I'm featuring for Jeff Garland from Curb Your Enthusiasm. And that Sunday, the 20th, I'll be headlining Spokane Comedy Club. And then the week after that, I'll be in Beverly, Mass at Off Cabot on the 25th. You can go to bigirishj.com for tickets. And until next week, find that video, Victoria. We can bring it up on the next podcast. If you want to send it to me too, I'll put it in our notes. And until next week, we'll keep trying to put the love. Get your little filter. Get your filter.
Hold on. I thought you said it.
I know.
All right, I'm ready now.
Tune in each week, and we'll keep trying to put the love back in your right. Until next week, everybody. Bye.